Hi everyone, thank you for joining today. Let's wait for a couple more seconds to allow more people to join so we can start. All right, so I think we can get started. So thank you for joining us today, everyone. My name is Jim. I'm the Admissions and Registration Representative at Institute of Global Specialists. Today, one of our instructors, Dianne Normandeau, and my colleague Poco from admission teams, they are also here with me today to give you some insight about programs. So for today's info sessions, we will begin with some general information such as admission requirements, fee structures, and after these brief informations, we will get into the programs in detail. And then toward the end, there's a Q&A section. We do encourage you to wait until the end to ask questions. But if you do have anything to ask during our presentation, you can simply type it on the chat box. And one of my colleagues, Yulia Dimitri-Scott, she will respond to your questions during our presentation. So to give you a little bit of general information about who we are in our programs, the Institute of Global Specialists is owned by a nonprofit organization, Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which was the previous regulator of immigration consulting in Canada. We are now located in St. John, New Brunswick. Currently, we offer 7 programs and it's fully online programs. That means you are going to do your study, your lectures, your assignments, and everything online. All the programs are designed using the Harvard Business School case study method of teaching, and they are all offered in English only. There's no language requirement to join. As long as you are comfortable and fluent in English and studying English, then you should be fine. There's no age limit to join either. We do also accept international students, so they pay the same rate as our Canadian students. As we provide a fully online program, you can be anywhere around the world to do your studies. And in regards to time difference, you get to schedule your own study time. As long as you are meeting the deadlines, you are good to go. However, you should make sure that you devoted at least 10 to 20 hours per week. Since you do have your deadlines to meet, you got to make sure that you do your study and you should be able to succeed into your courses. And some of our students and people have questions about placement. Like most college and university, we will offer career placement support to our students, such as helping with writing resumes, identifying job opportunities, networking, improving interview presentation skill, etc. But it will be ultimately up to you to seek employment after you complete your studies. Here, I would like to highlight something that's very unique and special about our instructors. They are people who have been working in their industry for over decades, and they are still actively involved in the field right now. So we carefully vetted each instructors and select highly qualified individual to teach and design our programs. So you are not just learning about the theory, you are actually learning about the real world experience from it. You are more than welcome to take advantage of that. And all the details about our instructors and their bios are available on our website. We encourage you to check them out on our website, globalspecialist.org. The tuition fee for our IGS program is currently $533 per module. Just so you know that we are expect to raise our fee by 10% after April 4th. Our payment plans are flexible. Student can pay on module by module basis. They are 6 to 9 modules depending on the program. And each module is about 4 to 5 weeks. That means you are expect to pay once per month. Also, if you are interested in only taking specific module instead of the whole program, you can go with certain modules that you wish to take. For example, in our Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program, you can choose to take only the refugee module or economic class module if you wish. We do have next schedule start date for April 4th. So we encourage you to sign it up before the fee changes. And another thing to mention is that we do also offer scholarship and financing. Please contact us for more information about that after our presentation so we can provide you more detail about that. Now, I will be go over the details about our programs. I will be covering 3 programs and Paul will be explaining the other 4 programs to you. To begin with, I'm going to talk about the Canada Border Service Specialist Program. This program is designed and taught by former CBSA officer and experts who have over 15 years of experience on the field. This program will enable you with essential border services and provide you with the capable professional in immigration, custom, import, export, all concerning border services. In this program, there are 7 modules, and the total length is 29 weeks long. And once you complete this program, you can seek employment with the public sector, such as CBSA, the Immigration Department, as well as the private sectors, dealing with the company, dealing with the cross-border regulation and processes, those importing, exporting business, such as Walmart, Costco, oil or mining industries. And the next program I'm going to talk about is the Global Immigration Specialist Program. There are 6 modules in this program and the entire length is 26 weeks long. The Global Immigration Specialist Program focuses on the different global immigration paths through investment, such as purchasing property and business overseas. You're going to learn about over 20 countries that offer these programs, countries like Caribbean countries, some European countries, some East Asian countries as well. You will be able to identify the needs and risk for your clients that you can find the most efficient road of immigration in a corporate context. So all our GIS instructors have been practicing and providing immigration advice and services globally for over 20 and even 30 years. So once you complete this program, you are able to receive a diploma from us and able to attend the exam with the regulatory body, Global Society of Immigration Specialists, and work as a chartered global immigration specialist to provide service around the globe. And then the next program I'm going to cover is the Global Education Specialist Program. Upon completion of this program, you could work as an international student agent for elementary, secondary schools, university, and colleges to receive commissions. And on the other hand, you could work as a consultant to help students with the right admission process to get into the school of their choices. And in this program, there are 8 modules, and the total length is 38 weeks long. This program focuses on over 20 countries again. You're going to learn about different levels of education systems in countries like Canada, United States, in European countries like Germany, England, in New Zealand, Australia, and some East Asian countries like China, Singapore as well. This program also covers the immigration aspect, so you are going to learn about how to apply for study permit or visa for your students. It also covers the ethical framework of the industries and different financial aids available for the international students. From this program, you are also learn how to build a connection with the school. So we're going to teach you how to build a connection with them and also build a great relationship with the families. So you could help your students. All our IGS instructors are coming from different parts of the world with the amazing backgrounds. So they have over 20 years of experience on the industries. Some are former admission officers and recruiter at post-secondary institutions. Some are expert in processing admissions to K-12 educations. Together, we believe they can provide the comprehensive knowledge and the on-field experience that you need as a successful agent. So once you complete this program, you will be able to write an exam with the regulatory body, Global College of Education Specialists, and work as a chartered global education specialist. Now, Paul will go over the other 4 programs in detail.
Thank you, Jen. My name is Po, and I am the Admissions and Student Affairs Representative at the Institute of Global Specialists. I'll now be going over the 4 remaining programs that we offer, beginning with the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist program. Like all of our programs, the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist program is completely online. There are 6 modules in the program and it is 24 weeks long. The program will introduce students to the world of diplomacy in bilateral and multilateral settings. The program will examine real-world examples of diplomacy involving Canada and other countries, such as the relationship between Canada and the US. Students will develop essential diplomatic skills such as intergovernmental negotiation and networking. And these diplomacy skills are not just specific to Canada. They are transferable skills for anyone who wishes to join a career in diplomacy anywhere in the world. The program will also cover how to manage international development projects and the effects of globalization, which are major priorities for NGOs and Global Affairs Canada. I'd also like to take a moment to highlight the instructors in the program. Our instructors have 15 to 30 years of experience as foreign officers with the government or as development specialists. So they're very knowledgeable and well-connected in the industry. The next program that I'll cover today is the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program. The Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program is geared toward anyone who wishes to have an in-depth understanding of how to navigate the immigration system in Canada. Using the Harvard case study method of teaching, the program covers key aspects of Canadian immigration law and regulations. Please note that this program is not meant for those wishing to become a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. That is a profession regulated by the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants. However, there are promising career opportunities after taking our program, such as working for the government or for NGOs or at an existing consulting firm. Our program is taught by immigration consultants who have decades of experience navigating the Canadian immigration system. There are 9 modules in the program and it is 42 weeks long. This is the longest program that we offer as it covers the complexities of Canada's immigration system. The program covers topics such as PR and citizenship, economic class, family class, temporary class, appeals, hearings, and detentions, and refugees. The next program that I'll talk about today is the Global Supply Chain Specialist Program. At a basic level, supply chain management involves acquiring goods or services to achieve your business goals. And in today's globalized world, supply chain management has never been more important. The Supply Chain Specialist Program consists of 7 modules and is 26 weeks long. The program will examine the supply chain process for the public sector, which includes all levels of government, and the private sector. You will learn how to navigate the complexities of the request for proposal process, known as RFPs, and how to negotiate contracts. The program will cover the supply chain landscape in various countries such as Canada, the US, and the UK. The instructors in our program have diverse backgrounds in the supply chain sector, including the fields of transportation, mining, healthcare, telecommunications, construction, and more. Our instructors have experience in both the private and the public sectors of supply chain management. This program is perfect for business owners interested in trading with the government or professionals who want to make a career in the global supply chain sector. The last program that I'll talk about today is the Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Specialist program. This program consists of 7 modules and is 28 weeks long. The program will introduce students to the theoretical and the practical applications of machine learning and data science. Through data analysis and visualization, students will learn how to use AI technologies to optimize their business. This program also includes live instructor lessons, so it's very hands-on. The program will cover Python, Jupyter Notebooks, and Google Colab. All of our instructors are leading experts with backgrounds in both data science and in business. This means that they have the academic and the real-world expertise to help students succeed. The program is perfect for business professionals who work with any type of data and who wish to stay competitive by using the power of machine learning and data science. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to highlight our free career placement support module. This free module is available to our students to help them transition seamlessly to a new job. This free module helps students with networking, identifying career opportunities, resume building, and interviewing skills. Now, I'd like to introduce an instructor at IGS, Dianne Normandeau. Dianne is an immigration consultant with over 25 years of experience in the industry. She runs her own immigration consultancy practice in Quebec and has been teaching immigration law for the past 10 years. Dianne is teaching the Global Immigration Specialist program and the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program. Welcome, Dianne.
Thank you, Po, for the introduction. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you, Dianne.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I've been in the immigration industry for over 22 years. I began my immigration career working for a firm that specialized in US and Canadian immigration. As a result, I developed knowledge in both areas of immigration. I also had the opportunity to assist individuals with their visas going to other countries. Once you have the foundation of immigration law, you have the basis of the provisions of other countries, which makes it much easier to understand and interpret them. In addition to being a practicing immigration consultant, I was an instructor for the CSIC Academy for 12 years, teaching Canadian immigration law and programs in English and in French, similar to the ones that Po had outlined earlier. Currently, I'm an instructor for the Institute of Global Specialists since its inception. I teach the courses in which I assisted in the course development of each of the 3. And I am going to brief you on each one of my courses so you can understand what you will gain from taking these courses, okay? So the Global Immigration Specialist Module 2 is getting to know your client. In this course, the students are involved in the development of their future career as a global immigration specialist. They develop the skills to interact with clients looking to move abroad temporarily or permanently through various investment and citizenship programs. With my guidance, the students actually partake in the development of their own tools and resources to get to know their future clients to serve them the best way possible. This would involve information gathering, researching several countries, analyzing and comparing them to define the pros and cons. Through the assignments and discussions of this course, the student will develop a method to interview clients and research countries according to their clients' needs. Students have the opportunity to become familiar with some or all of the investment and citizenship programs that are available out there. They learn to identify suitable countries for a client and their family members who have specific needs and also a specific amount of money to invest. This would also include verifying the immigration laws and processes of the country, which is a very important factor to look into as well. Now, global immigration specialists actively collaborate with individuals from around the world, from high net worth individuals for investment to individuals who just wanted to retire in another country for a better lifestyle. Overall, in this course, students learn to formulate the right type of questions to interview clients to get to know them, understand how their clients answers will assist in defining what they need to know, identify the eligibility of a client to be sure they qualify under a specific program, resolve inadmissibility issues should a client not be admissible into a country. There are ways to overturn this in some cases. Examine and familiarize with the various citizenship and investment programs. Conduct research and analyze key elements of the country. Determine if the immigration laws and processes of the country are suitable for the client, which is a very important factor, as I mentioned previously, before introducing the country to the client that you've been researching for. Develop a sense of providing advice through assessments, gain these skills through case studies developed for the students to analyze and respond to the case study requirements that we provide. Students undergo quizzes in this course as well, and a final exam to test their knowledge on what they've learned and researched throughout this course. And after each quiz, a reference or a link is provided to research the answer further, to get to know more in depth the topic. Tips and advice are provided after each assessment, and discussions on how to work with the client in researching their lifetime goal and improve services as a global immigration specialist. The benefit of becoming a global immigration specialist can range from starting a new business or build upon a current one, establish a second career, which all would be on an international level, obviously. It can lead to the opportunity of traveling to various destinations, meet all types of individuals, such as investors and professionals of the industry, or you may even make your business a virtual business from your home or outside office. The sky is really the limit in this profession. It's up to you. You can make it into whatever you wish. I believe that now is the ideal time to begin taking the Global Immigration Specialist courses, the overall courses, because of course, each course entails different topics. I'm specifically talking about my course right now, but overall, I think it's the best ideal time to begin these courses. As immigration has always been around, and it continues to be the future for many countries to expand their workforce and grow its economy. I believe immigration will always be a trend. Okay. So that covers the Global Immigration Specialist course that I teach. Now the other course, the second course that I was discussing was the Canadian Immigration Law courses that I teach. They are the CIL 101 Client Engagement, Residency and Citizenship, and the CIL 109 Canadian Immigration Law and Policy Review. They focus on Canadian immigration law only. Okay. So I teach one of the first courses and one of the last courses in Canadian immigration law. Okay. So the CIL 101, the Client Engagement, Residency and Citizenship course, provides the students opportunity to define the eligibility, admissibility, and inadmissibility of foreign nationals wanting to come to Canada, either temporarily or permanently through case study. We provide case studies in each of the courses, so the student is actually, working, believing that they're working with real clients as a practice. The students learn about information collection to interviewing clients and preparing immigration applications. They learn to apply frequently used immigration research tools, such as the acts and regulations, various resources, and even legal case laws, decisions, to apply them to their case studies. Okay. The students learn to also define and distinguish various inadmissibility acts and regulations as well for those inadmissible clientele they might have one day, including the type of applications that can overturn inadmissible individuals to admissible. Yes, there are actually applications that can do this. The student develops knowledge and methods to solve problems that may arise with the foreign nationals application. Believe it or not, but not all immigration cases are straightforward, and unfortunately, but that's the way it is. The students also learn to develop their own system in identifying and solving issues, including quick referencing to find information such as the provisions, which is the law, the acts of regulations, manuals, and application guides. So we actually help you to navigate the immigration website at the same time. In this course, we also discuss the permanent residence and citizenship requirements and how to assess eligibility of these programs and the loss of status as well. We also cover identifying relevant acts and regulations and a step-by-step process. This course is, I would say, beneficial for individuals who want to gain or intensify specific knowledge in the Canadian immigration law for their work. For example, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, Canadian lawyer, Canadian notaries, including their employees who work closely with those professionals, those who would complete the applications on behalf of these professionals before they, the lawyer or consultant reviews and signs the documents before submitting it off to the government for processing. As you may or may not know, only specific individuals recognized by the Canadian government may represent a client. So, which is important that we emphasize on who can which paid individuals can actually practice Canadian immigration law. Now, again, after each assignment and discussion, I provide the students with some tips and advice on each topic. We have quizzes and a final exam of the overall course, which is included to strengthen the knowledge of all that the student has covered in this course. Okay, so that covers the 101 course, Client Engagement. The third course that I give with the Institute is the CIL 109. This is the very last course of all the Canadian immigration courses. And so it's the Canadian Immigration Law and Policy Review. This is an overview of all the immigration law courses within the Institute. Okay, so this covers everything that the student has learned already. In this course, new immigration policies or programs will be covered if there are any, because immigration law, most specifically Canadian immigration law, over the years has changed and revamped many of their programs. So a student who starts off with the first course, let's say, and by the time they get to the last course, if anything has changed, and usually they have, many things have, these are updated in the very last course of the immigration law course. Okay. So in this course, have discussions, which helps reflect on the course material and expand on the topic. Gives the students to interact with each other and give their opinions and discuss the topic further, and also to dig deeper into the topic, whatever the discussion is relevant of. We also have the quizzes. There are several quizzes and a mock exam. So all this measures the students' knowledge, and it assists in critical thinking to solve issues. Because, in some cases there could be more than one way to resolve a situation. So in the answers of the quizzes and the final exam, there might be more than one answer sometimes, okay? But the best one will serve the client more effectively. This is in real life, and this is, this is what we teach you in this course as well. So I also provide a strategy in selecting the best answer, which typically in real life would assist you in selecting the best way to assist your client effectively. So this course is actually the room, I would say, where the student can get acquainted more intimately with all the with each immigration law course, Canadian immigration law course, and refine their knowledge on what has already been covered. And in this course, or actually all the courses that I give, that I teach, is the students are asking questions, okay? Whatever immigration questions or concerns that they have. We have a forum called Ask the Instructor Forum. You can ask put your question onto that forum, or which, everybody would benefit from the answer that I will provide to that question. Or if the student is more comfortable in sending me an email, a private email, whichever way makes the student more comfortable. So whatever outstanding questions that the student may have, they're free to ask me, okay? So that could be any time during these courses. Alrighty, so this gives you an overall heads up on what the courses I teach entails. And so if you have any questions, I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and hopefully I'll see you one day soon in one of my courses. Thank you.
Thank you, Dianne. Now, before we jump into the Q&A section, I'd like to take a quick moment to remind you of our upcoming tuition change. So our tuition is currently $533 Canadian per module. However, our tuition is scheduled to increase by 10% after the April 4th start date. So we do strongly encourage you to apply before this change. Okay, so now to conclude our info session, we'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions regarding our programs, please feel free to ask right now by typing in the chat. My colleague Jen and I are here to help address any general questions. And of course, our instructor Dianne Normandeau is also here to help answer any questions. It looks like we have a question here about the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program. What is the difference between the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program and the program to become an immigration consultant? And can I become a consultant after taking your program? So that's a good question. Our Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program is not meant for those wishing to become a Canadian immigration consultant. As previously mentioned, that's a profession that's regulated by a different body, the CICC. However, our program does offer promising career opportunities, such as working for the Canadian government or for NGOs or at an existing consulting firm. Our program also covers the key topics of immigration law and regulations, and it's taught, of course, by immigration consultants such as Dianne, who have decades of experience. But yes, so I do have to emphasize that our program is not meant for those wishing to become an immigration consultant. Are there any other further questions? We have here a question. What kind of career opportunities are available after taking the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program? So I just did touch on those earlier. As previously mentioned, our program can lead to career opportunities as, for example, working for the government of Canada, like an immigration officer for the IRCC, which is Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. You can work as an employee for the provincial level, or as, for example, as an agent for an existing immigration consultant or an NGO. Dianne, do you have any other comments on perhaps other career opportunities for someone taking the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program?
You covered quite a few, and it's just being sure that this person, it just can't be anybody who's going to become a Canadian immigration specialist. You have to really work with someone such as a lawyer, a notary, regulated consultant, or, if you're going to be a paid individual. I mean, if somebody wants to take up these courses just to do their own immigration, that's fine. But yes, you really have to work with the government or a professional who is recognized by the Canadian Immigration.
Thank you, Dianne. Looks like we have a question here in the chat. For a foreigner wanting to gain Canadian credentials, will any of these courses help? I'm not sure which Canadian credentials you were referring to. If you could perhaps specify what you mean by that. If you're if you do want to specify, you can also let us know by email as well. But some further details would be helpful just to help understand your question. There's also another question here. After this course, are you going to issue an accreditation certificate? Again, which program are you referring to? If you're referring to the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program, you do receive a diploma after finishing the program, but there isn't sort of an accreditation like there would be in terms of becoming an immigration consultant. If you're referring to, for example, our Global Immigration Specialist program, there is an accreditation after that. And perhaps my colleague Jen can perhaps touch on that. After graduating from the Global Immigration Specialist program, you can have the ability to join the Global Society of Immigration Specialists, GSIS, to obtain a chartered global immigration specialist designation. And there is a requirement to join that, but that is for our GIS program specifically. Are there any further questions? Oh, so you did explain it for global immigration. Yes. So Jen, did you have anything further to add on that topic for global immigration specialists? Perhaps you may want to go over just briefly the duration and just some details about that program.
Sure. Yeah. So the entire program is 26 weeks long, and there are 6 modules included. So you will have to complete all 6 modules in order for you to get a diploma and then to write the exam with the regulatory body, just so you know that. Because some people may want it to select certain modules to finish, not the entire program. But if you wanted to become a licensed consultant, become regulated, then you will have to complete the entire program. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. And we have my colleague, John Ryan here, who also has mentioned that there is a accreditation, of course, for the Global Education Specialist program. So after graduating from the Global Education Specialist program, you can take the entrance exam and join the Global College of Education Specialists, which is the regulatory body. Jen, do you want to perhaps go over just briefly the Global Education Specialist program?
Yeah, so in the Global Education Specialist program, there are 8 modules and it's 38 weeks long. So again, you will have to complete all the modules in order for you to get a diploma and then attend the exam with the regulatory body, with the regulatory body, and write the exam and get a license. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. Are there any other questions? Oh, we see a question here. One of the questions that PR applicants face with is whether or not they have studied in Canada. Because this is an online only course, will this mean that they cannot claim this time spent studying in Canada? So our program is open to international students. It can be taken anywhere in the world. We are accredited with the government of Canada. We are based in New Brunswick, and we are a nonprofit organization with a designated learning institution number, a DLI. So we do have that designation. Whether or not that could lead to what you're referring to, I wouldn't be able to answer that specifically, but we are designated learning institution. Looks like we have another question here about the overall, the technical requirements. Are there any special computer or technical requirements to take the online program? So the program can be taken by anyone with an internet connection, and you simply need to have internet connection and a word processing program like a Microsoft Word. And so it's very accessible to anyone in the world. Jen, do you maybe want to go over how the program format works in terms of like the online environment?
Yeah, sure. So basically we will, once you apply and then pay the fee to join your first module, you will be providing with your login information. So those information will get you the access to our online portal. So basically all the study material will be there available for you. So your reading material, your assignment topic, and your quizzes will be there. So all you have to do is make sure that you spend your time on the internet and do the study, complete your work, and make sure that you don't miss any deadlines. You should be good. And we do, for the quizzes and final exam, there are certain days that you will have to attend or complete those things. So make sure that you don't miss. Yeah.
Thank you, Jen. And our colleague and CEO, John Ryan, has put some website links for the regulatory bodies in the chat. So if anyone wants to check that out, please feel free to do so. We have one more question here regarding this difference. What's the difference between your Global Immigration Specialist Program and Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program? That's a good question, because some people think they might be the same because they're both they both have a law aspect to it. But the Canadian Immigration Law Program is a bit different, as it covers, as the name implies, the Canadian immigration landscape. So, as I mentioned before, Canadian PR, citizenship, economic class, family class, temporary class, appeals, hearings, detentions. Therefore, it's specific to Canada, whereas the Global Immigration Specialist Program has a more global scope, as the name indicates. So that program helps students identify global permanent residency opportunities and citizenship opportunities through investments in asset management. So students can identify political and financial risks for different types of countries to help clients choose what country is a good fit for their needs. And these two programs actually work well together, it's good for students to take both programs because it allows a student to have an understanding of the opportunities within Canada and on the global stage. Dianne, because you teach both in both those modules, both those programs, do you have any additional insights on that question, the difference between the GIS and the CIL programs?
Well, you explained it very well, Poe. It's really the Canadian Immigration Law Program is only about immigration law, and we do talk. We do learn and we do teach the students more about immigration law, the acts and regulations that go hand in hand with the immigration programs and the law. I would say the Global Immigration Specialist course, we do emphasize on the fact that when you become a global immigration specialist, it's important to verify the law of the country, but you're dealing with several countries, so it'd be impossible to dig into the acts and regulations of each country. I would say the Global Immigration Specialist course, we focus a lot on persons who want to a second passport to actually invest or retire in a country, either through donation, buying real estate. So it's very different immigrations. It's two different worlds, I would say.
And it's a great point that you mentioned, Dianne, that obviously in a global immigration specialist program, we can't go over every single country. We do go over many countries, but the program gives you the tools you need to conduct your own research. So once you are able to know where to look, you can apply those skills to other countries of your choice. Okay, are there any other further questions before we wrap up today? Again, our CEO and colleague John has provided a little bit of information in the chat about our designated learning institute. If you have any questions specifically on that topic, you can send us an email after this presentation and we'd be happy to help clarify. But I think that's all the questions that we have for today. So before we wrap up, I would like to encourage everyone to check out our website and read about our instructors under the faculty section. Of course, we are very proud of our instructors and they have been carefully chosen for their expertise and real-world experience. In addition, we do offer free demo modules for each of our programs. So if you are interested in a specific program, you can explore the free demo module to see how the program works. To request access to a free demo module, you can submit your request on the website or you can email us directly. Our website is globalspecialist.org and you can apply online for the April 4th start date. You can also email us at info@globalspecialist.org or call us at 1-888-228-4598. So we'd like to thank you for your time and we do hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.